about how to get 100% ROI on your investment with green energy investments. I'm going to get started. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be very direct, brief, and to the point. I know your time is very valuable. I'm here to illuminate a financial opportunity that intertwines irrefutable mathematics with sustainable progress. This investment is constructing a petite solar farm. Let's actually dive in to the compelling math behind this. Consider investing $1 million in a petite solar farm. The financial projections, about $80,000 per year in revenue for a quarter of a century. But here's where it gets real intriguing. With government incentives, your return on investment skyrockets to an astonishing 121% in the first year. These incentives include grants and tax benefits, and these incentives are an integral part of the mathematical equation. Taxes are due on the grant money, but even after you factor that into the algorithm, you're looking at an ROI well over 100% of your initial investment. This is a true Shark Tank investment. The strategic utilization of the free money benefits makes your annual $80,000 a year income tremendous, because basically you're getting over 100% back on your initial investment from the government. Moreover, your annual revenue can be annuitized and sold to Wall Street, creating a lucrative immediate income. Unlike other investments, your investment will only go up. It's not a roller coaster. You have to evaluate risk, reward, and return, but there's no middle ground in this type of investment. It's not like it's going to go up one day and down the other day. This is an investment where you're going to see a great return, and there is no downside unless the project falls apart. And we're going to take steps to make sure that doesn't happen, because what I care about is making decisions that benefit a greater number of people. When I'm working for myself or my staff, I'm very sharp. But when I'm making decisions for you, as well as me, that's when I'm twice as careful, twice as focused, because frankly, I can't live with losing somebody else's money. Now, in the span of a year, you're going to see returns second to none, and this may not happen again. The government benefits that the Biden administration is offering may very well go away. The growth that you will have missed out on if you don't take advantage of this free money from the government, it's going to eat you from the inside. In a year's time, you're not going to be able to do this again. The time really is now. I have with me an esteemed investment banker, someone who's been involved in investments and raising money, and that is Lawrence Sack. One of his last ventures was a public company called Winner. He branded Smith & Wesson on blue jeans, made a lot of money promoting the brand, taking the company public. And Lawrence, being an investment genius, sold his stock at the peak and did very well. Lawrence, good morning. Would you like to tell our audience a little bit more about your background?
Yes, good morning, David, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining, and esteemed colleagues for joining us this morning, and welcome to this webinar. As David mentioned, my name is Lawrence Sack. I'm an experienced international senior executive with a penchant for navigating the intricate waters of green energy investments. Today, I have the privilege of introducing to you all an exceptional opportunity, and that is the Sunrise Green Fund. This fund isn't merely an investment vehicle, it's a vanguard in green energy revolution. A testament, in fact, to the ingenious synergy that occurs between fiscal acumen and also environmental stewardship. For example, let us embark on looking at a petite solar energy system materialized through a calculated investment of, say, $5 million. This figure isn't just a numerical expression. It represents a carefully crafted strategy in the Sunrise Green Fund 1 playbook. Drawing upon meticulous research and in-depth analysis, we foresee an astounding return of up to 121% in government benefits on this initial investment. Translate this into fiscal terms, and you're witnessing an ROI of over $6.05 million. After receipt of these government incentives, including tax credits, grants, and financial reimbursements, we find ourselves the proprietors or owners of a fully functional, cutting-edge solar system. This isn't a mere asset, it's also a beacon of innovation and sustainability, initially valued at our investment cost of $5 million and now poised to embark on its operational journey of producing ongoing recurring revenue for many years to come. David, the electricity generated by our solar farm morphs into a virtual stream of income. So this dual revenue model is the crux of our approach, David. We don't merely recuperate our initial investment through government benefits, we transform it into an ongoing source of profit from the sale of solar energy. And to be honest, we see this as a paradigm shift in investment philosophy, where environmental responsibility indeed coalesces with financial ingenuity, David. I wanted to just go back to the Sunrise Green Fund 1 strategy, which is detailed in the book, Wall Street's Best Investment Secret, a publication that isn't merely an excellent read, but a compass to our fund strategy. The blueprint depicted and articulated in this book forms the bedrock for our approach, guiding our focus towards petite solar farms strategically situated in locales that are ripe for entry.
Something comes to mind. There's no such thing as free money. How do you respond to that? Some people just don't believe it. The government is going to give me something for free. The government is going to give me money. Can you state one example of a government giving anyone money for projects like this?
There are multiple examples. The most pertinent to our discussion today would be the federal REAP government grant. That's a United States Department of Agriculture grant, which provides a grant of up to 50% of the value of a solar installation. So this grant can be used effectively to finance the initial cost of the solar system, David.
Can you give me an example of some middle-class millionaires who have taken advantage of these REAP grants? Show me the money.
It was recently reported that the USDA over the past 24 months under the REAP program has issued $165 million in REAP grants for the financing of solar systems in the US since its inception 24 months ago. So there is a lengthy list of folks who have taken advantage of the REAP grant and have solar systems up and running using Uncle Sam's money, David.
165 million. Very interesting. I was reading Kevin O'Leary's post about the free money giveaways by the United States government. By the way, Kevin O'Leary calls it free money. That's his term. He said there was 54 billion under the CHIPS Act for big businesses, but not a dime for the small businesses. And I guess when you're looking at $54 billion, that 165 million is just a drop in the bucket. Anyone could miss that. Anyway, it is a lot of money to some people. I mean, $1 million profit to a millionaire is very significant. $1 million profit to someone who has a $500 million net worth is insignificant. So everything is relevant. 165 million for this one, and I want to emphasize that's for this one program, the REAP program. There are other programs. So I guess the next question is, how does one identify the potential green investment opportunities?
That is an excellent question, David. It involves a strategic combination of location, government incentives, and environmental factors. Let's expand on that with an example in Texas. The state of Texas is well known for its abundant sunshine, providing perfect environment for solar energy investments. This natural resource is a crucial factor as effectiveness of solar energy projects is directly related, obviously, to the amount of sunlight available. So by choosing a location with high solar potential, investors can maximize the efficiency and output of their green energy projects. Secondly, David, Texas is a state with strong business-friendly environments, which means less red tape, more supportive for business, especially in the energy sector. The state regulatory framework, by the way, is conducive to growth and innovation in technology, making it really an attractive destination for petite solar farms or grand solar farms. Lastly, Texas, being an energy-centric community, is also a prime position to receive significant government incentives other than the ones we've already spoken of.
I'm very familiar with some of the additional incentives that Uncle Sam gives businesses who develop a petite solar farm or a grand solar farm in an energy community. And Texas not only is an energy community, it's a place where you get a lot of sunshine. As a matter of fact, your ROI is directly proportionate to the amount of energy you produce. Obviously, a solar farm in Texas is going to produce roughly about 2.5 to 3 times the energy as a solar farm up in New Hampshire, where I live. So, for investment purposes, it does make sense to invest in Texas. Another question, I'm getting a question here in my chat. And the question from Bob is, what are some of the risks involved in this type of project? What's your downside?
We have looked at this, and some of the risks associated with green investment, particularly in renewable energy like solar farms, entails risks which more often than not can be mitigated, especially in Texas. Bad weather impacting energy production is less of a concern in Texas due to its high solar irradiance. Theft and vandalism risks are manageable with robust security and insurance. Although Texas is prone to disasters like tornadoes, these risks can be offset by comprehensive insurance policies and durable equipment. I would suggest that one of the more challenging risks are regulatory changes, which can pose, David, a threat to the risk on green investment. The GOP return to power next year could absolutely impact the level of grants and benefits that are currently available from Uncle Sam, David.
That makes sense. How can someone get involved in green energy investments?
There are 2 ways to be involved in energy investments. As a company with a reasonably large electricity bill, one can use the petite solar farm in order to generate solar energy for your business, dramatically reduce your costs of electricity and energy, and benefit from the solar incentive that we've discussed. Alternatively, you could look towards the Green Fund 1. The Sunrise Green Fund 1 is a fund where investors can pool resources by investing in a specialized green energy fund. The funds from the Green Fund aggregate capital from multiple investors, in the purchasing and bargaining power, which can lead to better terms and higher returns. David, the collective approach of a group of investors also mitigates individual risk and leverages the expertise of professionals who are adept at managing projects. So by investing in this Green Fund 1, individuals benefit from a hands-off investment that contributes not only to sustainable energy development, while potentially providing financial returns that are very attractive. Just to finish off, David, to explore how you can benefit from these solar energy incentives, please feel to reach out to me directly. You can contact me via LinkedIn, send me a direct message, and we can talk about your queries or questions.
I will be responding to any questions in the chat. As I indicated, we're simultaneously broadcasting on many forums, and it's physically impossible to answer every question right here on the air. If you DM me on LinkedIn, you DM Lawrence, we'll answer all your questions. I do recommend you buy my book on Amazon, Wall Street's Best Kept Investment Secret. It will outline the strategy. If you want to do it yourself, that's an option. Is that something you recommend? Someone do it themselves, or do you recommend they work with some organization like ours?
I would recommend working with an organization such as yours and the Green Fund. We have a management team that is well skilled in getting these grants written and approved within a reasonable amount of time. We have an excellent product procurement division, which is able to source panels, inverters, and systems and engineering installation and know-how. So we can provide the entire package and guide you through at least the initial process of getting through the grant process. We are members of the Grant Professional Association, so we are familiar with grant applications and how to expedite them.
Really, not much of a choice. If someone wants to do it themselves, if they have the resources, that's great. They could work with us. Obviously, you and I are going to want a piece of the action, but hey, you are getting professionals. You are getting someone who's very focused. Mathematically, this is clear cut. Your portfolio is not only contributing to a greener future, but a greener bank account. It's not just the financial strategy. It's backed by the full faith and credit of the United States government. And that, in essence, isn't just an investment, it's a financial strategy that the wealthiest people in the United States of America have used to make billions and billions of dollars. Elon Musk, every major billionaire that was involved in energy achieved great wealth, courtesy of Uncle Sam. Lawrence, is there anything you would like to add before we go?
I think we've covered it all. Just to summarize, we are in a position right now, at least we have the runway of the balance of this year under current federal grant legislation. We're in a position to provide investors or business owners with getting up to 121% return on investment for solar projects that are in REAP areas and energy community areas. We are in a position to prepare all the grant work for you, do all the engineering, site work, and bring this project to fruition in 4 to 6 months. The reality is there is urgency to doing so because it is not a guarantee that these grants and benefits will still be at these current levels as we move into 2025, David.
Okay. Well, I thank you for your time. I just want to add one more thing. I got a DM from someone that says, this is bad. This is coming from taxpayer money. I have something to say to that. I paid my taxes. I paid millions of dollars in taxes. You paid your taxes. This is your dividend. I don't care if you're blue. I don't care if you're red politically. I'm only talking about one color, and that's green money. I'm going to take my dividend from the United States government. Thank you, Lawrence. We will be back probably in another 10 days to do a live seminar. Please DM us if you have questions. Everyone.